From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Friday, February the 17th, 2017. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu departed Washington today, concluding his official visit to the White House and meeting with U.S. President Donald Trump. Netanyahu also met with Vice President Mike Pence and called that sit-down excellent, as well as with members of Congress from both sides of the aisle, including with Speaker of the House Paul Ryan, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, and Senior Democratic Senator Chuck Schumer. The U.S. ambassador to the United Nations addressed the American position on the status of the two-state solution after President Trump's remarks during Wednesday's press conference with Netanyahu, where Trump said he would be fine with a two-state or one-state solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, whichever the parties preferred. Nikki Haley said yesterday in what seemed like a clarification of Trump's comments that the U.S., quote, absolutely supports a two-state solution to the conflict, but is thinking of new ways for a peace deal to go forward.
The administration and the United States supports a two-state solution, but what we support more is peace and stability. And by bringing the two to the table, to have them talk through this in a fresh way, to say, okay, we're going to go back to the drawing board. What can we agree on?
Israeli Defense Minister Avigdor Lieberman is attending the Munich Security Conference today, where he met on the sidelines with U.S. Secretary of Defense James Mattis, the first meeting between the two defense chiefs. Lieberman reportedly spoke to Mattis about the Iranian threat, and his office said the two leaders agreed to work, quote, with determination against Iran. Both Lieberman and Iran's Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif will take part in a panel discussion on Sunday at the Munich conference, the first time, reportedly, that Israeli and Iranian serving senior officials will share the same platform. That conference is titled Old Crises, New Middle East. Its other participants include Saudi Foreign Minister Adel Al-Jubeir and Turkish Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu. And staying with the Israeli Defense Minister, a Hamas official responded today to Lieberman's offer to the Palestinian people yesterday regarding economic improvements in Gaza if Hamas releases the remains of two Israeli soldiers. As we reported to you, Lieberman had posted a message in Arabic offering the building of an airport and seaport, creating thousands of jobs in Gaza if Hamas returns the remains of Hadar Golden and Oron Shaul, who were killed in the 2014 Gaza war, as well as releasing 3 Israeli citizens being held by the terror group, among other conditions. One of the founders of Hamas, Dr. Mahmoud al-Zahar, responded, saying that Hamas would only consider the conditions if Israel releases a large number of Palestinian security prisoners serving time in Israeli jails. The Israeli consulate in Miami, Florida, was evacuated yesterday after a bomb threat was called in. The Miami Herald cited local police officer Christopher Bess, who said his station received a call in reference to a possible explosive device being planted in the consulate. But after sweeping the building, no such bomb was found, and the consulate staff was able to return to the premises. A delegation of the IDF visited a U.S. aircraft carrier this week. IDF Deputy Chief of Staff Major General Yair Golan led the group visit aboard the USS George HW Bush, stationed in the Mediterranean on Tuesday. The Israeli troops received a briefing on the ship's various combat capabilities and observed flight and maritime operations from its deck. The American Embassy in Tel Aviv posted video from the visit saying that it was an example of cooperation between the U.S. and Israeli navies, as well as a means of sustaining the U.S.'s long-standing alliance with Israel. The Conference of Presidents of Major American Jewish Organizations will convene its annual leadership conference in Israel this Sunday. Over 110 leaders will take part in what is the 43rd consecutive year of the leadership mission, its largest delegation to Israel ever. It will meet with Israeli leaders, including President Reuven Rivlin, to address the current challenges facing Israel and world Jewry. The mission runs through February the 23rd. And taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Friday, February the 17th. Live Shabbat services are coming up at 6 o'clock from New York City's Central Synagogue. At 7:30, it's Jewish musician and singer Matisyahu in concert. At 8, a discussion on faith with journalist David Gregory, Jewish ethicist Erica Brown, and Rabbi Peter Rubenstein from the 92nd Street Y. At 9, the film Purple Lawns, and at 10, Yeshiva University professor Jeffrey Guruk talks about the Jews of Harlem. And coming up right after this newscast tonight at 5:30, Rabbi Shlomo Riskin looks at this week's Torah portion. And look for our special programming this weekend in honor of President's Day. I'm Teisha Bader. I will be back with the news on Tuesday after the holiday weekend. Shabbat Shalom.